Hey guys, welcome to my very first vlog. One of the reasons I started this channel was because I wanted to share my life with you. Beauty tips, fashion tips, dare I say that, definitely cooking tips, things that I like to eat, things that I like to do, how I take care of my home and how I take care of my family. So this is the first little sneak peek into my life and my very first vlog. So come along for the ride and I hope you enjoy. So every day I go for a walk. I am working from home right now, so I'm afforded that luxury and able to do that, and it's been great. I walk for about 60 minutes, and when I get home, the first thing I do is I make a smoothie. And I've really been loving the organic rice protein. It's vanilla flavored, and basically it's brown rice. I tried other vegan proteins and found that my stomach was pretty upset. So I like to use bananas, vanilla rice protein, and I even add some frozen bananas and strawberries, and I always add my baby spinach. Now today you're going to see I started to make a shake just for myself, forgetting that my husband was home and he would probably want some too. So you're going to see me putting my fruit in the blender, and it will dawn on me that my husband might want some as well, and I'll be adding another banana. But just wait and see, and it's actually fantastic. I use almond milk, ice, some frozen fruit. You can do fruit of your choice. The other day I had really nice peaches and threw them in there. Always have the banana though, and I like them really ripe. That's what is basically the sugar or the sweetener for the shakes. So next is a really funny clip. My husband has not been able to go to the gym, so who do you think he is using as his weight? Yep, that's me. Right over his shoulders. He's super into strength training and weightlifting, and hey, good for him. He's 45 years old, and he can still squat his wife. So big round of applause for him. We call him Big Guy, and I guess you can tell why. And that was fun. So as you can see, I finally got to take a shower. It was super hot. I think it was like 85. So that hair was wet and up in a clip, and I had my comfy Old Navy jumpsuit on and my Crocs flip-flops as I went around my yard and watered all of my flowers. We do live on a pond, as you can see, and behind me, over here now in my vegetable garden, we do eat plant-based, so this is great for us. We've been doing it for at least 6 or 7 years, if not longer. And tomatoes, cucumbers, spinach this year, carrots are new. We have some herbs and probably some other stuff I'm forgetting. I've got my youngest daughter, she's 9 going on 10, and she is filming her mom do all the watering of the garden. And whenever I'm watering, you can never forget the front porch pots. Our front of our house gets super lots of sunlight, so got to be right on top of those guys. And those are our concrete lions. We've had them forever. I got those at a repurposed store in the city, and what they do is when buildings are knocked down, they take anything that might be able to get reused and they clean them up and sell them. So I was fortunate enough to get those 2 lions. Unfortunately, the sun has kind of made them begin to deteriorate, but we're either going to restore them or find replacements. But I found that the new ones are all plastic and resin, so hopefully we can restore them. You can see the paw is starting to crumble. And I'm happy I'm finally done. Oh, and here is me making vegan Hawaiian meatballs. So I understand that even though we eat plant-based and vegan, there are ways you can do that. That is just pure junk. And since this was a special request, I made it, and once in a while it's okay. Yep, lots of sodium in the soy sauce, certainly some high fructose corn syrup in that Sweet Baby Ray's, and if you saw the ingredients on this, more high fructose corn syrup. Not my usual, that is a pineapple topping, but I mix pineapple topping, Sweet Baby Ray's honey barbecue, along with some soy sauce, and typically you would whisk this up, which I'm about to do there. You pour it over frozen meatballs and put it in a crock pot. There you go. But we don't eat frozen meatballs any longer, thank goodness. Those are probably one of the worst things. I do eat frozen vegan ones on occasion, so that's what I used for these. I used the Gardein. I think I threw the package out before I could show it to you. And since I wanted them right away, I just cooked them right over the stove. So those are the Gardein meatballs topped with the mixture you just saw me make, and brought it all to a boil from frozen on the stove And in about 20-25 minutes, they were steaming hot and delicious. Listen, I like to eat healthy, but I can certainly appreciate something yummy once in a while. And I mean once in a while. So there they are, all cooked. And you're going to see me go in with a toothpick. I am not one to wait for things to cool off, though I probably should, as I've had many a burnt tongue. So there we are, dripping, steaming, and watch me pop this right into my mouth. Could not wait. Listen, we all like a little junk food once in a while. I'm certainly not perfect in that arena. Okay, it's now the next day, and I am back walking. That day, it was about 90, 92 degrees out, and I thought I was going to get out nice and early, but you know how that goes. Mornings drag on. So here I am walking through the neighborhood and making sure I start the day right. And there again is my smoothie, and that is a double batch again for my husband and myself. And I cannot get enough of that whole mixture. I've had one every single day this entire quarantine. So there it goes, and yeah, here's my fountain, and I'd like you to hear this, so hang on. We have that set up in our garage that we kind of use as a spare room in the summertime. It's screened in, and it's just very peaceful. Okay, so later on, I decided to get started on dinner. So what you're seeing in that bowl are homemade veggie burgers. I will list the recipe in the description box. And you saw that I scored all of the meat, quote unquote meat, that I made, and now I'm trying to make them into equal-sized patties. And I thought if I sprayed a little of that cooking spray on my hands, that it would help the mixture. Okay, and as I promised you in my watermelon video, I am going to show you how I cut a pineapple. This one was really ripe and ready and sitting on the counter and just waiting for me to show you guys how to cut it. And this is maybe not the proper way, but it's very easy for me and it works every time. You saw me sharpening my knife, and the first thing I do, showing you my gorgeous pineapple, is cut his beautiful crown right off. Or hers. Bye-bye, crown. So next, I always take the bottom and I cut that off. So now the crown and the bottom are cut off, and I'm going to go along the sides and trim the tough pineapple skin off the sides while preserving as much of that juicy fruit on the inside as I possibly can. Probably could have done a better job there, but I was kind of rushing. I had spent a lot of time in the kitchen, and sometimes I start to speed through things towards the end there. And cutting off all the skin, tossing it away. I'm one of those clean as you go people, definitely am. So then from there, you're going to cut around the core. So cut the side right off, start there, and then just go all around that core and cut that wonderful juicy fruit off. It was delicious, by the way. I still have some in the refrigerator cooling off. So then you can see that you're left with the hard core that no one wants to eat. And from there, I'm just going to go ahead and cut it into yummy chunks. So here I was making a pasta salad. I had boiled the cavatappi and had it in the fridge cooling. And I had already cut all my veggies. I've got cherry tomatoes, red onion, and some cucumbers chopped up. And then on the blue cutting board, I've got fresh herbs from my garden. I chose flat leaf Italian parsley along with fresh oregano. This was sort of going to be a Greek pasta salad. You can see I lost a couple tomatoes there. But I don't know, it didn't turn out as well as I usually like it. I have to confess, my daughters are not vegan, excuse me, but they do eat vegetarian. So in this instance, so that my family would enjoy dinner and eat everything, I did add some feta cheese and some, which is not vegan, but the Kalamata olives at the end as well, which are vegan. So if you want to keep this vegan or plant-based solely and no dairy, just leave the feta out. It's very simple. You'll see me putting in a garlic vinaigrette that I just happen to have on hand. I like to make fresh dressings. So I either squeeze, here you see me squeezing some lemon on there, with some extra virgin olive oil to give you a base of flavor. But for some reason the salad just wasn't tasting how I wanted it to today. So did the lemon, added the olive oil, gave it some of that garlic dressing, and later on, which I did not show on film, there's my extra virgin olive oil, I added some dry oregano as well, because I do love a ton of oregano if I'm doing something Greek with lemon and olive oil. My husband and I actually honeymooned in Greece, and we definitely enjoy the flavors of Greece, even after all these years. So there I am, mixing it up, and my family did enjoy it. There's some leftovers, and my husband is going to bring that for his lunch, topped with some tuna. I know we're plant-based, but we're about 90-10. We do, on occasion, eat seafood. You will never catch us eating any poultry, chicken, or eggs. Very, very, very tiny little bits of cheese here and there is about as far as we go, other than seafood when we're out and on occasion. Well, everyone, that was my very first vlog, and I hope you enjoyed it. Just relaxing in my backyard right now. It's been a long weekend. We had a lot of work that I didn't show you. But I enjoyed bringing you along for the ride this weekend. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will talk to you soon.